A very warm good morning to all my students. Today, my YouTube channel will be on the lesson The Little Match Girl. The Little Match Girl is a short story written by Hans Christina Andersen. Her time period was from 1805 to 1875. This story normally is a fairy tale, but it has a very strong impact on the society when it talks about hunger poverty, which was very much predominant during Victorian age. This is the title. The Little Match Girl specifically talks about all the poverty-ridden children in the society at that time. So there is no specific name given to the Little Match Girl. It is for the whole society children. So the story or the title given by Andersen is The Little Match Girl. Match over here implies to you that this is a story of a girl selling match. During that time, children were asked to do menial jobs, small jobs. Generally, they were asked to sell matches that was easily carried by small children, and they used to sell it and earn money to pass their daily life. In this story, when the story begins, it is a very cold, chilly morning, and it's during the New Year's Eve. So you know, December and January in the Western countries, it is the coldest time of the year. Lot of snowfalls and all. And in that situation, the girl without slippers in her feet, wearing her mother's slipper, went to sell matches. It was terrible cold. It was as if she was shivering with cold, but still she has to sell matches. Despite of all these circumstances and situations, she was not able to sell one of the match also, and she was very afraid. She was fearful to go back to home because she was afraid that her father would be beating her because she was not able to sell a single match box. So in order to provide warmth to herself, she sat near a wall and she lit one of the matchsticks from the matchbox, and she tried to feel the warmth of that matchstick within her, but it was like there was an image created in her mind that the warmth from a gas stove. The first imagination or the imagery that her mind created by burning a single match was that she was feeling the warmth of a gas stove. But the moment she felt that, it extinguished. Second, again, as it was, I have told you that it was New Year's Eve and it was terrible cold, she again lit the matchstick, and she found that it was the vision which she found was a wall, and inside the wall she felt a transparent wall, and inside it there was a dining table on which there was delicacies, pasty foods which were laid on the table, and where she saw a roasted goose. From within, she had the desire to have it. As it was Christmas time, as it was New Year's time, she wanted to feed herself with that delicious food items which were spread on it. She even imagined the goose bumping and jumping in and around. But till the moment her image was created, the matchstick vanished. This was the second image that was created in her mind. Then again, after some time, she lit the third matchstick. When she lit the third matchstick, the image of a huge Christmas tree. Huge Christmas tree, this is associated with happiness, the gala atmosphere that is created during the festive times. People are decorating big Christmas tree in their houses with lots of gifts hung to it, lot of lighting and all the things that is on that. There were small candles lit on it. She was just having the imagination of all these things, and all of a sudden that Christmas tree rose higher and higher and it vanished in the air till the time the lit matchstick disappeared or vanished. Finally, Uh, she was, in the story we will find that she was very much connected with her grandmother. There was a soul connection between both of them. When she was alive, she was the only person providing her warmth, happiness. Now she is dead. Finally, she does not want that happiness to extinguish, so she lit all the matchsticks together so that that warmth would remain for a longer period of time. So she took that and she warmed the she just lit all the matchsticks together, and the image of her grandmother was created in front of her eyes. The only desire or the only request that she had from her grandmother is to take her along with her in the good, happy world. She hugged her grandmother very tightly, and she requested her to carry her off to heaven. Uh, this image was the final image which she saw by burning that matchstick, and finally, early next morning, she was found dead, frozen in that cool winter night. One more thing which will be very much connected to your heart, that you will feel while we will be reading the text or the story, the last part. You know, people discuss things when the things are over. We don't take up a step to help the person when they really need our help. The girl was dead, frozen. The middle class Victorian society would have assisted her at the evening when she was selling those matchsticks. No one was there to buy it. But when she was dead in the morning, holding the matchsticks in her hand, cold, freezed, people have discussions what would have happened to her. But the reality was poverty, hunger, that cold weather. She even did not had clothes to cover herself in that warm, cool winter night. No slippers, she was barefoot. Can imagine in a temperature when it is so much chilling to sustain the night. So this story gives you a connection to the real world, where poverty is the reality, where people want to get attention, a little bit of affection, but still that is lacking. Hans Christina Andersen, although in an imaginative way, she has tried to connect with the people in the best possible manner. So we cannot say it merely a fairy tale, but a introduction to the real society. So this will be your introductory part.